Well, there's a very interesting person we're having a conversation with right now, Dr. Kafil Khan. Now, I've spoken to him over the course of the last 2 years after the Gorakhpur tragedy, where little babies died for the lack of oxygen. And since then, Dr. Khan has sort of been in a very adversarial relationship with the UP government and the UP police. And 7 months ago, he was picked up by the police and put in jail. We had conversations with his family. In the meantime, they were talking about how they made repeated attempts to approach the courts to ask for bail. And even in one case, when he was given bail, he was not released from jail, and the government found new reasons to continue to keep him in jail. Kafil Khan has now been released from jail after the Allahabad High Court, in what can only be described as a landmark judgment of 45 pages, has listed out that there was absolutely no reason for him to be in jail in the first place. And also, very importantly, it has called that jail time or that incarceration illegal. Kafil Khan has had 2 days now to spend time with his family, to meet his ailing mother, to spend time with his children. Also, from what we look like, some time to get a quick shave. And he joins us right now. We spent some time with your and I know your mother was very worried about you.
8 months was very traumatic and emotionally drained. This time it was not only the mental harassment. This time they really physically tortured me, and they beaten me like anything. And initial 4 5 days was horrible without food, and even water was scarce. So those days was very tough. And when STF picked me on 29th of January from the Mumbai airport, they took me around 48 hours in an isolated place, and they beaten me and asked me some weird questions. You can't imagine. Like, have you invented a powder that will kill millions of Indians? I said, sir, I am a doctor. I'm a pediatrician. I'm a child specialist. How can I? I'm not a scientist to invent. I don't have a lab. Uh, you have gone abroad to destabilize the government. I said, sir, my passport is with the judiciary. How can I leave the country? And how can one person can destabilize the government? So those type of weird question, and then physical torture. And then there was no food. For 5 days, they gave me only two chapati to eat. That my whole abdomen was cramping and screaming for food, and I was so desperate that I was chewing my own clothes. So so those 8 months was very horrible. I will start with the BRD oxygen tragedy only, Faya. If you remember, I think you were in Mirror now, and you sent Ashwarya that time, and she
Yes.
covered the story. After the BRD oxygen tragedy, there were nine accused who went to jail, and you must be surprised that out of nine, eight have got their job. And in spite of High Court giving me a clean sheet that there was no medical negligence, there was no corruption charges against Dr. Kafil, and after the internal inquiry report, saying that Dr. Kafil has arranged 500 cylinders and all those things, he tried to save all those kids. Still, after 3 years, I'm still suspended, totally financially broken, and pleading to the government to get my job back.
Hmm.
Uh, why they arrested me this time? I feel one reason was that wherever I go, I ask about if the court is saying that Kafil is not a murderer, if your internal inquiry is saying that Kafil is not a murderer, then who is the real culprit? And the second thing was, I feel, because if you remember, when I got the clean sheet, the government denied that they have given the clean sheet. They started a re-inquiry. Re-inquiry was finished on 23rd of January 2020, and they arrested me on 29th. So it was a coincidence that in the second inquiry also when I got the clean sheet, government has no reason to deny my reinstatement.
Hmm.
So I think that's why they have arrested me, because the speech they said that inflammatory and spreading hatred and violence between two different religions was delivered on 12th of December 2019. In those 45 days, they have not informed me, neither they tried to arrest me. In between, I went all over the India and delivered around 300 speeches, and no other state government had put FIR because I
Hmm.
never talk about violence and hatred, and I believe in Gandhi's Aisma. I feel because the second inquiry also acquitted me, they put me, and that's why they didn't send the police to, or they didn't call me to surrender or anything. They sent the STF, a special task force, to arrest me. Uh, so
After
eight
you were
months was
arrested, Dr. Saab, what happened? When they arrested you and out of Mumbai airport, where did they take you? What happened?
they took me to the isolated place and they tortured me like anything. They made me naked. They made me lie down. They beaten me with the stick on my ass that I couldn't sit. So it was like one officer was coming and then another officer was coming and they were asking some questions like, and I am anti-national. I'm doing uh, something very terrible thing to destabilize the whole India. Uh, and they were throwing water on me, because 48 hours I couldn't sleep. So it was horrible. And then when they sent me to the jail, to Mathura jail, they put me in an isolated cell, in what we call tanhai, उसमें डाला और उसमें उन्होंने मुझे जो है खाना नहीं दिया कुछ भी. मतलब 3-4 दिन तक, जब तक मेरे लोग घर के लोग जो कोर्ट पहुंच के, लोकल कोर्ट पहुंच के, और मेरे भाई मुझसे मिलने नहीं आए. आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर 3rd of February. So 29th of January to 3rd of February, in 6 days, 5 days, I was given only 2 chapati to eat, maybe a glass of water. And what I did कि एक चपाती खाता था और दूसरे को सुखा देता था कि आधा आधा खाता था. और ऐसे मैंने वो दिन गुजारे. No toothbrush, same cloth I was wearing for 5-6 days, no bath. So it was horrible.
Did you
Uh,
sustain injuries at that time? Did they take you to a doctor? I mean, you're a doctor, you would understand it better than anybody else.
See, one thing was, if you remember Vikas Dubey encounter, they didn't take him to the magistrate for transit remand from Madhya Pradesh to Uttar Pradesh. But in my case, in Mumbai, police was really helpful in that way. When if you remember, they were taking me to Mathura, I screamed in the front of media people and I said that I fear for my life, they will kill me. So they had Mumbai police forced them to take to the magistrate for a transit remand from Mumbai to Uttar Pradesh. In that, when I presented in front of the magistrate, I pleaded to the magistrate to write down in the order itself that I fear for my life and this Uttar Pradesh police can kill me in between the transit. So the magistrate, luckily, he agreed and he wrote in that letter, in order that Dr. Kafil is fearing of his life of UP police. So I think that's why they didn't encounter me. Otherwise, they would have killed me.
Did the magistrate also note the physical torture at this point, or did that
No,
happen
no,
after your magistrate presentation?
they didn't have any power. That medical team will do, and that medical team was when I reached Uttar Pradesh, they did, and they didn't write that.
They didn't write that. When you reached the Mathura jail, what happened? Did they tell you why they were arresting you, what the crime was, under what section? Were you given that
Yes,
information?
yes. They said that it's 153A. Only one charge was there, and that is spreading in enmity between two religions. The speech I delivered in front of 600 students of Aligarh Muslim University, and they said that the students were all Muslims. Actually, Aligarh Muslim University doesn't mean that all Muslim students are studying there. So it was funny. But anyhow, that was the charges. And when I reached UP, they put few more charges on there. I added some more 154 and some 9A, something there, and they put me behind the bar.
Once you were in jail and you were in jail for 7 months, I know that your family was really trying to get bail for you and they were not getting dates from the court. It took a really long time. What was it like for you inside of jail? What was jail like?
So if you remember, I have written a 4-page letter from the jail itself about the hellish condition. Initially, they put me in a separate cell, and in that cell, the jailer was used to come and warn me that stop talking about the BRD oxygen tragedy, 70 kids, and stop talking about the jailer himself. Um, uh, don't talk about the government policies. You are a doctor, do your job, and don't talk about anything about the BRD. Anyhow, when my family moved to the court and I secured the bail, after the magistrate saw my whole speech and didn't find anything in there, they gave me bail on 10th of February 2020. For 4 days, I was illegally detained without any charges. And on 13th night, I think they all sit together, four people. If you read the 45-page order, the Chief Justice has also mentioned that the station officer has written the letter to the Superintendent of Police, and Superintendent of Police has written letter to the DIG, and the DIG has written letter to the District Magistrate DM of Aligarh, and all four people have written the same format, same language, same accusation, and signed at the same time. So it was a sudden thing, and they put some vague charges. Actually, what they did they slapped me on the stringent National Security Act. That the National Security Act is for terrorist people who work against the government or against the country. That they put me for they slapped me for NSA, but they didn't put the charges like that, and that's the reason. uh, what they did, they supplied me with a CD of my speech only. They didn't give me the any device to see the CD, so I couldn't answer the reply, my charges. In that CD, actually, the district magistrate, he thinks he's a clever. Of 45 minutes of my speech, he cut down it to 2 minutes of his speech,
Yes.
and selectively. That's why if you read the judgment itself, the CGI says the selective selection of the portion of the speech and made it as a hatred and violence. Instead of my speech was of integrity and unity of India, about empowerment, about education, about health, about the anti-CAA, and everything. So the basis of getting this great judgment, and the credit goes to all those 138 crore Indians who raised the voice for me, and to my mother also. यू इमेजिन एक 65 साल की औरत जो आज के कोरोना वायरस के टाइम पे कहा जा रहा है कि आप घर में रहो, आप बाहर नहीं निकलो, वो लेडी अलीगढ़ के लोकल कोर्ट से लेके इलाहाबाद कोर्ट तक जाना, इलाहाबाद से फिर दिल्ली सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाना, एंड यू नो हाउ मच मनी you have to spend for lawyers, in Supreme Court, in High Court, in lower court, and the trouble she took for 7.5 months, traveling all over in the three places again and again, pleading to the lawyers, was terrible for the whole family. So it's not only me who suffered in those 7.5 months, the whole family has suffered a lot.
While you were in jail in those 7.5 months, क्या आपको कभी लगा कि बस बहुत हो गया, इससे आगे मुझे नहीं करना है, मैं अपने परिवार के साथ ठीक हूँ, अपने माँ के साथ, अपने बच्चों के साथ ठीक हूँ, मैं और नहीं बोलूंगा सरकार के खिलाफ?
कभी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि मैं टूट गया हूँ और मैं योगी जी से माफी मांग लूं और उनके पैर पकड़ लूं जैसा कि बाकी लोग करें, ऐसा नहीं हुआ। पर हाँ, बीच में ये जरूर लगा कि सिस्टम इज सो रॉटन दैट समटाइम आई फील दैट आई हैव टू कम टू द सिस्टम, कि मुझे, क्योंकि जब मेरी वाइफ ने ये लेटर लिखा कि मुझे जेल में मार दिया जाएगा, एक बार मेरी वाइफ ने हाई कोर्ट को एक लेटर लिखा, उस पर हाई कोर्ट ने एक इंक्वायरी बैठाई थी, तो उसमें डीआईजी आए थे इंक्वायरी में, डीआईजी ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश। उन्होंने जब मैंने उनसे कहा सर कि मेरे पास क्या मैंने स्पीच दी है और क्या क्यों इस तरह से बिहेव किया है, ही सेड कि सर देखो मैं भी सिस्टम का पार्ट हूँ, और मुझे जो ऑर्डर दिया जाता है वो हम करते हैं, ये हमारे हाथ में कुछ नहीं होता है, जो भी ऊपर से ऑर्डर आता है हम उसको रोबोट की तरह फॉलो करते हैं, चाहे जो ऑर्डर आए, चाहे लॉ के अंडर में हो चाहे लॉ के अंडर में ना हो।
क्या आपको कभी बताया गया कि माफी मांग लीजिए आप एक बार, तो सब
यस,
ठीक हो
वो
जाएगा,
तो
आपको छोड़?
आपको तो बताया मैंने कि मुझसे जेलर खुद आके बोला करते थे, और एसटीएफ वालों ने भी, एसटीएफ के ऑफिसर्स ने भी मुझसे बार बार बोला कि आप वो 70 किड्स को भूल जाओ, आप जो है गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज को क्रिटिसाइज करना भूल जाओ। क्योंकि आपको याद होगा कि मैं जेल के निकलने के बाद मैंने जो है वो एक हेल्थ फॉर ऑल कैंपेन चलाया था, और हमने करीब करीब 103 कैंप किए थे एक साल में। रिकॉर्ड 103 कैंप। आपको याद होगा कि आपने पटना के बाढ़ के वक्त मुझे आपने ट्वीट भी किया था कि पानी में जब मैं पेशेंट देख रहा था तो आपने ट्वीट किया था। तो मैंने 103 कैंप में 50,000 बच्चों को फ्री दवाइयां, फ्री कंसल्टेशन दिया। And then when I went all over India, I found out that the BRD of same tragedy was just a brutal face of our broken health system. So I started talking about the हेल्थ सिस्टम कि कैसे जिस साल बीआरडी में 70 बच्चे मरे थे, उसी साल पूरे इंडिया में 8 लाख बच्चे मरे थे। और 2019 में 8.8 लाख मरे, यानी हर घंटे पे 100 बच्चों की मौत हो रही है। तो एक डॉक्टर के ऊपर 51,000 लोगों को देखने की जिम्मेदारी है। तो आई वॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट द ब्रोकन हेल्थ सिस्टम, और मुझे लगता है गवर्नमेंट को दोनों ही चीजें नहीं पसंद आई, और यही इंडिकेशन बार बार एसटीएफ और जेलर मुझे देते थे कि तुम इस बारे में बात करना बंद कर दोगे तो शायद तुम्हारी रिहाई हो जाए।
क्या आप हमें जेल के अंदर के हालात समझा सकते हैं कि क्या होता है जेल के अंदर, कैसे होती है?
I have written a letter about that. It was 4-page letter. It was a very horrible. Like last time, it was mental harassment in after the BRD oxygen surgery. But that time nobody touched me physically. But this time they tortured me physically also and starved me for 50 days. You know. And when the court ordered for my medical checkup and everything, they put me in a barrack with a capacity of 40 people. With the capacity of 40 people, there were 150 inmates, in the small cramped place, and with one toilet. For toilet also, if you want to go for shit, you have to wait for half an hour in a queue. And they used to serve watery dal and some chapatis. That's all for the lunch and dinner. 2 times they used to serve, and that's for whole 6.5 months. The same menu. Only dal will be changed, some arhar and then some moong dal and something, but it will be watery. And it was so hot there that people were farting, people were going for pee, people were smelling, sweating, snoring, talking, fighting. So it was a horrible condition. And when Corona was there, and everybody was talking about social distancing, and in that era, we used to when you used to sleep, you can't take a करवट बदल नहीं सकते आप। आपको किसी दूसरे की पैर आपके चेहरे पे आ जा रहा है, या किसी की सांस आपकी सांस के साथ मिल रही है। एंड इट वाज हॉरिबल, एंड वी वर स्वेटिंग लाइक एनीथिंग। I used to take bath with my clothes on, and I used to go to my that whatever place I used to get there with drenched in water only.
आपने कहा आपकी माँ काफी हाई कोर्ट और कोर्ट्स की चक्कर काट के पिछले 7 महीने उनकी योर ब्रदर हैड आल्सो टोल्ड अस कि उनकी हेल्थ पे काफी असर आई हुई है, एंड यू हैव अ 1-year-old child, out of his 1 year life you have spent 7 months away from him. What sort of a toll has this taken on your family?
A lot. Now my mother says कि बस करो, मुझसे बोल रही वो, बस करो तुम बोलना। और because my brothers they have also financially broken. आईटी की रेट पड़ी। मेरे ब्रदर्स दोनों बिजनेसमैन हैं, उनको शॉप्स बंद हो गई, लोगों ने हमसे बिजनेस करना बंद कर दिया। वी वर लाइक अनटचेबल, बिकॉज नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एक्ट लगा था, तो कोई बात नहीं करना चाहता था, कोई लायर केस नहीं लेना चाहता था, कोई जो है, मैं दिलीप कुमार सर का, एडवोकेट दिलीप कुमार और इंदिरा जयसिंह, मैं फुजैल अयूबी का शुक्रगुजार हूँ जो उन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट और वो लड़ा, और मैं चीफ जस्टिस सुप्रीम कोर्ट और चीफ जस्टिस हाई कोर्ट का भी शुक्रगुजार हूँ, उन्होंने बात को सुना। बट इट वॉज अ वेरी टफ पीरियड फॉर द होल फैमिली। जब मैं एज अ पीडियाट्रिशियन जब मैं पढ़ता था तो मुझे मेरे टीचर कहते थे कि जब तुम्हारा बच्चा होगा माइलस्टोन तब तुम सीख पाओगे कि कब वो पापा बोलता है, कब वो चलता है, कब वो पहली बार स्टेप सीढ़ियों पे रखता है। मेरा बच्चा, मैंने ओलिवर, मेरा जो छोटा बच्चा है, जो आई हैव वन डॉटर एंड वन सन, तो मेरा जो बेटा है मुझे 2 दिन हो गए हैं, फिर भी मुझे पहचानता नहीं है, पापा नहीं कहता है, और वो मेरे बड़े भाई के पास भाग जाता है, डरता है। दैट पेन इज, मुझे सबसे ज्यादा पेनफुल वही लगता है। और मुझे लगता है कि उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार ने जो सबसे ज्यादा दर्द दिया है वो मुझे ये दिया है कि मुझे मेरी फैमिली से दूर रखा। जब मेरी बच्ची जब 11 मंथ की थी उस टाइम भी, और जब वो चल नहीं पाती थी तब मैं जेल गया था, और जब मैं 9 महीने बाद वापस आया था तो मुझे आज भी वो 29 अप्रैल की सुबह याद है। 28 को अप्रैल को मैं वापस आया, और जब 29 अप्रैल को जब मेरी बच्ची ने देखा कि मेरी माँ के साथ कोई एक बंदा सो रहा है, तो वो डर के ब्लैंकेट में घुस गई थी, नहीं 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 चिल्ला रही थी। तो उसको भी बहुत टाइम लगा समझने में कि ये मेरे फादर हैं, पापा का मतलब उसको समझ में आया। फिर वो धीरे धीरे बड़ी हो गई, अब तो 4 इयर्स की हो गई है, 3.5 इयर्स की, और लेकिन बच्चा अभी भी नहीं समझता है। फिर मेरी मदर जो है, अब मेरी मदर भी और मेरे ब्रदर भी सब टूट गए हैं, पर कहते हैं ना कि इस जुल्म के दौर में जुबान खोलेगा कौन, अगर हम भी चुप रहेंगे तो बोलेगा कौन। तो इसीलिए बोलना जरूरी है, क्योंकि हम देख रहे हैं कि जो है रियल इश्यूज पे कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा है। पूरा इंडिया जो है इस वक्त जिस इकोनॉमिक टोलरम से जा रहा है, गुजर रहा है, और जिस तरह से रिलीजन के बेस पे इंसान को इंसान से बांटा जा रहा है, द scar they are giving to the youth mind is very terrible. It will take decades to heal. You know, इंसान ही इंसान से नफरत करने लगा है। लोग जो हैं रिलीजन और कास्ट के बेसिस पे एक दूसरे को देखने लगे हैं। अब कैसे ये देश डेवलप करेगा? तो हम अगर बोलेंगे नहीं तो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत वो हो जाएगी, देश की क्षति हो जाएगी, और एक डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री हमारी जो है वो ऑटोक्रेटिक कंट्री की तरफ चली जाएगी।
ये काफी चर्चा हो रही है अभी प्रियंका गांधी की बात को भी लेके कि आप पॉलिटिक्स में ज्वाइन हो जाओगे, अभी आप किसी पार्टी को चुन के आप ज्वाइन करने वाले हो, क्या ऐसी कोई प्लान्स हैं आपके?
देखिए, ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ प्रियंका मैम ने मदद की, अखिलेश जी ने भी मदद की मुझे, हम लोगों को, और सीपीआई, सीपीएम, बामसेब और बाकी बहुत, मतलब 138 करोड़ इंडियंस ने मेरी मदद की है। और पॉलिटिक्स में जाना के अभी कोई प्लान नहीं है, पर जेल में कभी कभी फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाता था, तो ये दिमाग में आता था कि मैंने आपको बताया ना कि sometimes I feel कि system is so rotten that you have to come to the system to fix it। तो शायद कुछ सालों बाद या कुछ हो, तो उसका मुझे अंदाजा नहीं है, लेकिन मेरा इरादा ये है कि हम हेल्थ कैंप करें और हेल्थ फॉर ऑल पे ही मैं कंसंट्रेट करूं और हॉस्पिटल बनाने में करूं।
Dr. Kafil Khan, thank you so much for speaking with us, and we wish your family very good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.